Mm.
Okay, so yeah, let's just get started. Um, okay, so welcome everyone to today's session. Today we're going to be talking about systems and strategies and tools to grow smarter and profitably. So I'm your host, I'm Mark Botha. I'm the founder of Sellerview, and we have a lot of awesome speakers here that are going to be talking about growing smarter and profitably. So I'm just going to kick it off. So what I'm going to be talking about today is the elephant in the room, tariffs, and how to understand our tariffs and when to protect our profits from tariffs. So I'm just going to dive into it. So what we have at Sellerview is a kind of a smart classified tool. I always recommend our sellers, our freight forwarders, sometimes put our, tariffs in. And what we want to do is just double check the tariff rates and make sure that those codes are what we think what they should be, and also, getting the actual tariff rates that we're paying for those products so that we can add that into our inbound costs. So pretty simple tool to use. So say I'm coming from China. I am going to import a silicone spatula. And what we can do is just kind of takes us through a couple of prompts so that we can, identify exactly what we're looking at. So say, for example, this, we have, it's this tariff here. We are using this one. And we're going to select this one. And now we have our kind of tariff. So we can see our HS code here, and we can kind of dive in further. We can have a look at, what the tariff rates are. So we have a 3% tariff. Are there any additional tariffs? We can have a look here, view additional tariffs, and we can see, okay, is there a section 301 tariff? We got that percentage there. What other tariffs are there? And then the other thing that I always like to do is just kind of double check, with these tariffs. So sometimes I just go to ChatGPT and I've already got the prompt in yet to save time. So just enter that. And now we can see our kind of classifications. We can see the other duties. Everything kind of matches up as well. So for this particular product on the silicone spatula, we have a 28%, kind of rate of duty. So, what can we do with this information? So with Sellerview, our goal is to fully understand what our costs are, not only our factory costs, but our inbound costs. So what we would do here is I would kind of grab this code, I would bring it over to Sellerview, and I would update my codes here if it's not updated, and I'll put my rates and duties inside here. Because one of the things that what we want to do is make it efficient and time effective for sellers to know what those costs are. So with Sellerview, what you can do is you can upload your customs invoice, put your totals in there and all your pack list information in there, and then it will automatically calculate what those costs are. And then another thing that you can do with this is there a way to make this better? Is there a different classification if I bring it in something else? So we can just kind of see if there's another way that we can kind of reclassify this product. And I've gone through this, there's nothing you can do. So it's always just good to kind of check and see if there's ways to minimize that profit. So once you got that inside Sellerview, we now can automatically track those costs, track those inbound costs, so that when we come to our catalog page, we know exactly what our kind of landed inbound costs are, our lead time, and then our stock values as well. So that goes along with that. And then in terms of when we're looking at understanding our costs, so for the purpose of this webinar, what we've created is kind of a cost control worksheet. We always talk about spreadsheets and how sometimes as you grow in your business, they can become kind of burdensome. They aren't always effective as they should be. So one of the things that you can do with this importer, this cost calculator importer, is add all your invoices onto the spreadsheet. Your products, everything is inside here. You can understand kind of what your product details are. what your desired margins are. You'll get a total purchase price and your equivalent margin. At the end of the day, what we want to understand is what our shipping costs are on a per unit basis. So that's one of the things that SellerView does is calculates the cost of products based on cubic meters of the box. So a lot of issues, what happened with sellers is, say you import a container and there's 10,000 units in the container, and you pay $10,000 for the container. You might just say, okay, well, it costs $1 to ship. So using kind of the cubic meter formula is that we can see here, let's see if we can zoom in a bit. So you can see the shipping costs on these products ranges from 33 cents to 92 cents to 17 cents down to 12 cents. So, just assigning a per unit basis on a product can cost you cost allocations and margins later. And the same with your tariffs, making sure that the tariffs are correct. So you can see it the same here. This is 86 cents. This is 37 cents. This is 49 cents. And this is all based off our import duties. So making sure that these duties are correct. So I did do another example here on I've already done it to save time. But we have a metal spatula. So you can see kind of gone through the same classifications here. You can see the HS code is different. And we can see our import information is different. So the general rate and duty of this one is 5. Are there any additional tariffs? And it's 20% on this one as well. So this is just a good exercise to understand, one, if you're sourcing a new product, what the possible profit implications of importing that product will be. Finding and identifying these issues before you import, or actually before you even pay that purchase order, can save you thousands and thousands of dollars in the long run. So once we got that inside, you can add your tariffs into this, and you get down to your final costs. So this is where we can see our total purchase cost, we can see our total shipping cost, our total tariff costs, and then broken down into a per unit. We've got our desired profit, we've got our listing price. So this is all kind of automated in the spreadsheets that you guys can have today. I'll show you a link in a second, so you can go ahead, you can grab the spreadsheet. Obviously, it's not as ideal as using an automated tool like SellerView, but this will get you started. At the end of the day, we want to see exactly how much profit we're going to make from this product, and also our contribution margin. So for you guys who don't understand the contribution margin or what it is, the contribution margin is your revenue minus the cost of that product. So you can have an understanding on at the end, after you've paid fulfillment and after you've paid ads, exactly what your profit margin will be. So you guys can grab this free tool. And then lastly, there's product information as well. So it's always good to have all your information in one place so that you know exactly what your product lengths are, what your dimensions are, what your case dimensions are, what your codes are, what your materials of your products are, the lead time, your landed costs, all of that in one simple, easy to find sheet. And then you guys can hop this. So this is actually did something here. So this course is available as on like a pay what you want basis. So you can pay 0, you can pay whatever you want. And the link for this course is here. So yeah, get you this cost control kit. Just go to gosellerview.com/cost control bonus, or just take a screen grab of that. And that's it. So again, just reclassifying, understanding your tariff codes, understanding your shipping costs, all play a part in understanding your profits and protecting your profit in the long run.